Hello, YouTube, and whatever platform you're watching from, welcome. This is the first episode of my web series titled Dreams and Reality. My name is David Wells, and I'm a 26-year-old singer-songwriter from Atlanta, Georgia. My lyric video for my debut single, Name Above All Names, is coming out Friday, February 12th, right here on YouTube, so check it out. It's going to be big, it's going to be cool, that's going to be exciting. Like I said, Friday, February 12th, check that out. This first topic we're going to talk about, as you can see, is sex in 2016. And kind of goes back to a dream that I had back in 2006, which kind of explains this whole series, what it's about. It's a collection of dreams or concepts that, dreams that I've had or concepts that I've held on to that I felt could be interpreted in a different way or beneficial to other people, whether it be for motivation, to invalidate, validate, whatever it may be, I hope you grab something from it. You know, share your opinion, because that's what all this is meant to do. Start conversation, share your opinion, what you think about mine. Please don't hold back. Share it. So we're going to jump right into it. I was watching TV the other day, and I came across people discussing a topic, you know, sex, and theirs was more so, saving yourself for marriage, and whatever. And I'm going to talk about more like just save yourself for marriage, or just, you don't have to be for marriage, just preserving yourself as a single person, or whatever, in a dating relationship, or whatever it may be. Trying to find somebody single but not really looking, whatever title you want to make yourself fall under. Anyways, in that broadcast that I watched, it was, someone made this statement, and a lot of people seem to agree with the fact that, well, you have to, quote, test drive the car before you buy it, because if you don't, you might buy a lemon, or it might not work. How do you know you're compatible? How do you know it works? Now, the first thing first, why are we comparing ourselves to a vehicle? Okay, something, an object so simple like that, disposable. We have been wonderfully and magnificently made by God. We don't need to downgrade ourselves as people and compare it to a car in a situation that is so simple and not. A car doesn't have morals and values and a spirit and a life. It doesn't. We do. So don't compare yourself to that. That doesn't work. I'm not sitting there saying everybody needs to go out and get chastity belts and wear purity rings and all this. Nobody's perfect. Things happen. You, whether it be in a relationship you thought was going to be forever, or someone you wanted to be forever, and you know, things happen. We don't always get to hold on to our virginity. So that's a whole nother topic, a whole nother video. And I'm not here to judge anyone or say because you don't have it anymore you're wrong or you're condemned or anyone. I'm just saying my opinion and what I think. But we do have self-control, and we do have the ability to make our decisions over certain things in the future. And in the past, we can't do anything about that. You have to let it go. But anyways, that concept of trying it out before you buy it, because you don't know if it's going to work or whatever, it kind of remind me of a dream that I had when I was in high school. I was about 16 or 17, 2006, and I was a junior or a sophomore, somewhere around that time in high school. And at that time, my parents couldn't afford to get me the name brand this, name brand that. And I think at that time, it was really big with Air Force Ones. And I really wanted a white pair of low-top Air Force Ones. And the best alternative I could get or afford at that time was the Walmart version. It was like starter. It looked almost like the Air Force Ones almost, and it was an imitation of it, and you could tell. But you know, I didn't feel any shame for it, you know, because I knew that it was going to get me from point A to point B and cover my feet and keep me warm the whole time. And that's all shoes are meant to do. They protect our feet from the ground, whatever. They're a blessing, because in some countries they don't even have them. So I wasn't too big on the whole name brand this, the $100 50 shoe, $200 shoes. You know what I'm saying? It was, my feet are covered, and I had other minds and other goals when I was in school than most people. I wasn't looking at right then and there, you know, to please everyone and try to make everyone look at me a certain way, think I had certain things. I had bigger goals that lasted outside of high school that I was busy trying to accomplish. And that involved my music and whatever else I had going on at that time. And so I never really saw that concept of, you know, I needed to have this name brand shoe. But when I was in recess one day, you know, PE, I guess a bully, you know, had his way and called me out. It's like what we have now, the whole "what are those" type of, you know, thing. People trying to roast you on your shoes. It was that at that time. and it became a big skeptical in the locker room and whatever else during the school it would have turned into. I wasn't too worried about it. I worried about it for a few days and then I had to let it go. My other dreams took over that. So I worried about it for a little bit, but at that time it was pretty traumatizing and made it a whole skeptical in the locker room. Yet this one kid was wearing his old shoes because his brand new Jordans had just gotten stolen a week before that, and everyone in the locker room kind of picked up on that vibe that someone was stealing these shoes like they were something so valuable. And they had their Jordans or they had their Nikes or they had whatever they had, and they're protecting these things like gold. And they were so mad when people would step on them, which their shoes. They walk on the ground and they pick up dirt, water, protect your feet from all those things, and you're mad that your shoe got dirty. That's like, maybe you shouldn't spend $200 on one pair of shoe. Maybe you should get 3 or 4, so you don't have to wear out that one pint. That's just a concept right there you could think about. So, and that idea is still going on now in society, and it's gone to a point where some people will shoot and kill and rob over some Jordans, and it's all about that new pair of Jordans you got to pre-order this and that. Why is it these people aren't paying your bills and in your household? Why does it matter what is on their feet? And that's how it hit me then. You shouldn't worry about what's on my feet. So anyone that is going through a bully situation or anyone who can't afford the biggest name brand, this and that, or whatever, just know your parents are trying, hopefully, the best that they can to provide whatever they can for you. And at that time, if they can't do that for you, that's not what life is all about. Your school and high school life is going to be this big when you graduate and you see the real world. It's not going to matter. And all those people that were there making fun of you, all the people you see in the hallway, in your class, you're not going to see them anymore. Half of them, if you do, they're probably going to be stuck right where you all graduated from. They're going to be stuck in that same town, same area, never move, and that high school was their peak, and that was their moment they're still trying to live in. So, like I said, anyone going through that now, I encourage you, I'm sorry it's happening, but stay strong, and just know it's going to pass. A change will come. Everything will change. You're not going to remember these people. It's going to make you a better person, and that might sound hard right now, hearing that if you're in the middle of it, but just keep going. Just keep going. Or know that you have dreams and goals, and hold on to those goals and do not let them go. Just write them out, and things will happen. Back to the story. That was pretty traumatizing. So I guess sometimes when we go through things in life, they trigger or they inspire dreams that we have, and this is what this whole series is, about. And this particular dream that I had that during those couple of days of that teasing or whatever, it was inspired by this, and the concept has came back several times to me because it is relevant in other topics, and including this first one that you see, sex in 2016. This one, all right, so let me break it down. You know what happened to me with the shoes. I didn't have my shoes. So I had a dream that night, and I was working a job that, was very physical, whatever labor, and I didn't have a lot of coworkers. I'm by myself, so it was like a landscaping or gardening job, and I was working and getting my money, and I had in my mind the whole time what I wanted. It was these red and black Jordans at the time I wanted, and I had them set out. Nothing was going to stop me from getting them. I didn't want any other shoe. I didn't want anything else, just that one. So compare that to how we should be thinking about our partners in life, and and how we should be maintaining ourselves, or get a goal. It's like the goals I was talking about. You can have a goal for your partner. You have someone that you want and qualities that you want in someone, and it doesn't always work out that way. We're not perfect. You don't always get exactly what you want. So keep that in mind too. But at least have a baseline of values and morals that you're not willing to give up, that in a partner that match up to you. And so I had this idea of this top of the line shoe that I knew I wanted and I was gonna get, and I was working hard every day to get it. And finally, the day comes where I had enough money to get the shoe, and I was like, I'm going to get that shoe, and nothing's gonna stop me. Now, along the way, in the dream, dreams are kind of weird and distorted, so it took me forever to get to the mall, which is where the Jordans were. Along that way, I stopped at Shoe Depot. I stopped at Payless Shoes. I stopped at one other place. I stopped at so many, like 3 different places I stopped at. And it was all these, off-brand shoe places. And I was in there literally wasting my time trying on shoes after shoe after shoe. And I found some flip-flops that I liked. I found some house shoes that were okay, that I liked. I found some sandals that were, pretty cool, some boots I looked at, and they were all cheaper. But they took away from my value, my money that I had each time. And I got those, and then I still had that goal, that Jordan in mind. I was like, well, I can have these plus my Jordans. Or I can rock my Jordans some days and rock these other shoes some days. The same concept people have now of I'll have my main and then I'll have my side pieces too. I'll have my main girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, and then I'll have my other piece on the side. That was that concept in that dream. I wasn't thinking that, but over the years, I see how I can take that concept out of that. But I had, the house shoes, everything was okay. Not what I wanted, but they were okay. I had them, and I get to the mall finally. Got a backseat full of all these other cars, my baggage, things that I bought, my receipts, whatever. I go in the store and see the Jordans. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money to even get socks from the store that go with the Jordan. Nothing with that Jordan that I wanted, that I started my goal about, I didn't have anything for it. I didn't have anything to spend it. It was all spent on here, there, on all these other little things that weren't what I really wanted. They were just fillers, temporary fillers. And I didn't have what I wanted for that one Jordan. So someone came along right in front of my face who had stayed dedicated and didn't stop at all these little stores on the side, who didn't get things that were okay, that had their full check, went and got this Jordan pair right in front of my face, got it, was happy, and even got some socks to match it, whatever, and walked right out. And in the dream, I'm just standing there the whole time looking stupid. And let me tell you what, in the dream, I didn't think one time about those flip-flops, those boots, those sandals that I had picked up at Payless and Shoe Depot, whatever. I felt so stupid, and like I gave everything up. I knew before I started, I didn't want those little shoes that were nothing. But I still, they fit, right? They fit, so I tried them on just to see how they would fit. But that's not what I wanted. The same concept, people, like I said, I'm not telling everyone to go out and get, purity rings and chastity belts and lock it down. If you want to, that's your life, and more power to you, and that's great. Save yourself, but you can't change the past. If you've already done that, you can change the future and affect it. And the decisions you're making now, like, don't compare yourself to that kind of concept of, well, I'm just gonna have to. I don't know. I'm afraid to keep it to myself, and if I find someone and marry them and we don't match up, or the sex is bad, or I can't, or whatever reason you're thinking, and you're afraid of that, don't be afraid. We're not perfect, and in a perfect world, to be honest, how it's supposed to go is if none of us are having sex, and the first time we have sex is with our partner in marriage or in a dedicated relationship, whatever it may be. You're not going to know anything to compare it to say that is bad, because that is your first experience in everything. And you guys are going to grow together, learn together. The sex is going to change. You're going to try new things together. And you're not going to have that experience with anyone else on the world but that one person. And that is the idea. That is what it's supposed to do. And we're not in a perfect world. Like I said, I'm not here to judge anyone, but that dream has always come back to me. And I've had to share this concept with people about, saving it for marriage, or someone who is deciding to have sex with someone for the first time, or whatever advice they've been in a relationship where they've been giving up, and they just feel empty, and they feel like they're stuck in a relationship because they feel like they won't have anything to give someone else, or that this person has completely used them up. Now, in your heart, you knew that wasn't your person. Like, deep in your heart, you don't want to face it. The fear of, maybe I'll be alone. Maybe I won't find someone else. Maybe that was the last person. And you may stay or continue to do what you're doing and go out there and look for temporary fixes. But I really encourage you guys, just look at your value as much more than just a car, a shoe, even the shoe example I use. Just know your worth, know who made you, know who loves you, and let that be enough. And I understand situations are different and they're complex, and it's not always, that concept's not going to work for everyone. But what can you say unless you try it? You don't know. So, like I said, my name is David Wells. This is my first opinion webisode podcast about sex in 2016 in the world, period. I would like to hear your opinion. Anything I may have left out, or you want to add on to what I said, feel free to add it in the comments. Subscribe, like, please share the video. I would really want to reach some people who are possibly going through all kind of. There's your young people out there who are being tempted to have sex, or think that all these songs that are out there now that everyone is doing it, or there's a generation of people that are growing up that don't even know about not having sex before marriage. They think it is. They turn on the radio and they think everyone's having sex. Everyone's doing it. That's a part of the dating process. There's some people whose mind is so far gone that they think that is a part. You talk to someone, you say hi, you talk about having sex, you send pictures, whatever, and you guys do it. And then if it doesn't go past that, then it's not a relationship. And that is I'm so scary for our future and us as people. We are really bargaining and selling our souls in for things that are temporary and for people that are temporary. So hold on to your worth, know who you are, know your value, and stay prayed up.